And here we go with speaker number 11. Moshe Tomsat is an innovator who has created new products, services, and technologies. One of his startups, Make It For Us, is a service that gets things, really anything made. He's also leading the effort to resurrect Chicago's Museum of Philosophy and invites everyone to join in the adventure at hollowmuseum.org. If you need to innovate, you can reach him at innovator@gmail.com. All right, Moshe, get us started again. Tell us what you want.
I've waited 45 years to do this. Everyone's going to get a bottle of Coke, so if you can grab one, let's get those distributed really quickly because I only have 2 minutes, so the countdown's on. Are they all gone? Great. Okay. People talk about the desire for a three-party system. We already have one. The Republicans, the Democrats, and we, the people. People complain that money drives politics. It does. But the biggest pot of cash lies in our pockets, we the people. Coca-Cola, a Southern Republican-backed corporation, realized this fact right before the Republican convention. Most people don't know this. They dropped their support because we the people let them know how we feel, and you can't beat the feeling. That's the power of money in politics. Corporations run the government, perhaps, but we run the corporations. Every purchase is an election. Each dollar bill is a vote. Vote often.
I'd like to buy the world and furnish it with love.
Sing along.
Grow apple trees and pine so white will love. I'd like to teach the world to sing. Sing with me. I'd like to buy the world and keep it company. Like a real fairy keeps the world sing. And birthday on the candy. I'd like to buy the world ago and keep it company. It's the real thing. Give it what the world wants today. It's the real thing. Give it what the world wants.
And let me tell you, I don't care how you vote, as long as you vote for Hillary Clinton. Jenny Lamb is an artist agent, independent curator, and writer. She's the Chicago-born daughter of Hong Kong-born parents and immigrants, and she graduated from Columbia University in New York. Her blog, Artists on the Lam, was named the best local visual arts blog in the Reader's Best of Chicago issue, and her interactive show, I Can Do That, was named the audience choice for best art exhibit in New City's Best of Chicago issue. She is part of the 60 Inches from Center family, and she occasionally blogs for Time Out Chicago. And also, she is writing and illustrating her own series of children's books. Mostly, though, she spends her time making screenshots of when celebrities reply to her on Twitter and Instagram, like the time Ming-Na Wen reposted her doodle of Mulan as the mother of dragons sitting on the Iron Throne. Jenny, what do you want?
Hi guys. So this is called Dreams of a City.
It's a large-scale interactive project that I started in 2008 in New York. That Brad and Angelina one is no longer relevant. Basically, I.
Move that down a little. There we go. Sorry. We'll start it over. Yeah. We'll start your timer over here.
Yes, extra time. Okay. Yes. So basically, I created hundreds of pre-stamped self-addressed postcards, each with the same prompt. Tell me one thing you dream of doing before you die. This can translate to what do you want? So this is a sample of the New York ones. You can view them on my website, Artists on the Lam. When I moved back to Chicago, and I also wrote a code on every single card, and then I recorded where I left these cards in public spaces all over the city. So when a card came back to me, I was able to tell where it was found, and gradually I pieced together a map of the city from all these people's dreams. So when I moved back to Chicago, I brought the project with me, this time creating thousands of postcards and receiving hundreds. That's when I got it from New York. It says, "To be forgiven." That's what a blank card looks like. I did a workshop at the Chicago Children's Museum where the kids got to create their own cards. There's a handful from my P.O. box here in Logan Square, with a cameo by the Pink Mace I carry around with me everywhere. Okay, so I will read a few of the Chicago ones to you, and these are not online, so this is exclusive to this room only. Take a photo from space. Save someone's life using words. Sleep with another man. I think I should never have gotten married to a woman and should have discovered I was gay sooner so that I can be the person I really am. Write a book with a super hip looking cover. Fall in love again. Kick Nancy's ass. Be truly happy. Not I just ate a donut bullshit happy. Like truly deep down happy. Tell my grandparents how cool I think they are. Have an impact on the world. To know that your life had meaning because of that thing that happened. It could be anything and everything. Reverse all my illnesses. Shorter poops. I mean, don't we all? Be selfish in my glory. And the last lines of this one from a 63-year-old in Chinatown. I hope that the day will come when I no longer have to depend on others and live a very happy life that will go on forever, because I'll never die. I'll be reborn. Thank you.
Nancy had it coming. All right. Will English the Fourth wouldn't describe himself as a creative person when asked, but he has a very creatively influenced life. As a lifelong Chicago native and tech professional, he has traversed across plenty of boundaries and stereotypes. He believes that he can talk to anyone, that anything can be reverse engineered, probably true, and that anything is possible. Except time travel, that is improbable. He is a lifelong entrepreneur and teacher and believes that both education and paying it forward will someday save the world. He also enjoys working with large-scale events and conventions, sometimes appearing as an on-camera talent. Tonight, for his What Do You Want segment, he's going impromptu. No notes, no cards, just what comes to mind. Well, what do you want?
Yeah, so just to establish something, there's no notes, no cards up my sleeve, nothing. So what do I want? I thought I wanted a lot of different things. I thought I wanted money. I thought I wanted a lot of money. So I went to college to become an engineer. I wanted to find out after 5 years going to school, and I dropped out. I was like, nah, that's not for me. I thought I wanted to have a girlfriend. And then after 2 years of dating her, I was like, this is not working out. I gotta go. I thought I wanted to buy a house. But then I found out how much expensive it was and how much cheaper it is to rent. So I went ahead and did that. Yeah. I thought that I wanted to be happy, but maybe something was keeping me from being happy. I didn't know what that was. Maybe I felt I didn't deserve it. I said to myself, wait. I got this, right? I know I can be happy. So what did I do? I said, well, maybe I should just stay home and just play video games all day. Or after a couple of hours, I just got really bored, and I was like, no, this isn't it. Or maybe I'll just take like a bike ride. I'll just ride my bike for like 2 hours. But then it got cold outside, and then I was hungry, and I was like, oh my god, I keep missing the point here. I don't understand. How's this gonna work? And then my friend calls me. He's like, hey, Will, listen, I feel really down right now, and I feel like killing myself. And I said, wait, I got it. Wait, dude, no. You're totally worth it, man. You're totally worth it. Someone loves you, someone believes in you, I believe in you, and I'll be right there. I drove up to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, I sat with him for a couple minutes, and I was sitting right across from him. And in that moment when I looked at him, I said, you know what? This is what I want. I want to help others. I want to matter. I want to believe. I want to think that someone out there is having a bad day and needs a friend and somebody to connect with. And that's why I want it.
Jana Kinsman is a beekeeper and illustrator living right here in Chicago. She has been beekeeping for 5 years, enjoys teaching and collaborating, and believes beekeeping is best when it's shared with the community. So Jana, buzz on up here and tell us what you want. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
So this presentation used to be like 60 slides, so we're going to try it. Okay, go ahead. So I'm Jana Kinsman, and I want you to know that honeybees are cool and important, but they're not the coolest type of bees. Like, we have all these amazing native bees here in America, like this here leafcutter bee that's an efficient pollinator just like anything else, but they live solitary lives. They don't live in colonies. They cut these little circles out of leaves and then tuck it under their bodies and line their nests with it. This is it flying away. Isn't that adorable? There's also mason bees, and they live underground. They dig these tunnels, and that's where they have these little chambers that they lay their eggs in with little pollen and nectar. And here's one of them. And then I don't even know what these are. They just hang out on plants. They hang out at night, and they hold on to it. And this is a carpenter bee. They live inside of wood. They drill into wood with their mandibles. And here's a hole right here. And I can tell that it's a carpenter bee hole because of the big mess underneath the bench that it left. So they're also solitary. And then these sweat bees, these little tiny sweat bees that crawl on your skin and they like the sweat. They're so small, they're very efficient pollinators of tiny flowers such as coriander, Queen Anne's lace, wild parsnip, baby's breath, asters. And then there's bumblebees, which is the next slide. No, sorry, this is a metallic green bee, and it's eating a strawberry. And I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing it. The bumblebees, they live in colonies just like honeybees. They have queens and workers. And we have about 13 different species here in eastern North America. And this is their nest. They build these big globulous nests underground. And here's what it looks like when all the bees died. And I took those dead bees, and there's the queen in the corner. And this is the scale of size between the worker bees. And even though they're not bees, butterflies are really cool. Here's a monarch butterfly egg. And here's a monarch butterfly caterpillar. And I raise these every summer. I find milkweed that grows around Chicago, and I collect the eggs and I raise them into butterflies. And you can do it too. And then we also have, remember wild parsnip that the bees were pollinating? This is a black swallowtail caterpillar, and here's the adult. Thank you.
Megan Steelstra is the author of Once I Was Cool. She's still cool. Her work appears in the Best American Essays, and she is a contributing opinion writer to the New York Times. Her next collection, The Wrong Way to Save Your Life, is out in summer of next year, 2017, from Harper Perennial. Megan, what do you want?
I want to tell you something light. I want levity. In this shit show of an election, I want to remember my capacity for joy, but this week has been a trigger warning, so fuck it, here's the truth. Back of the bar, there to hear a band, a guy I didn't know grabbed me by the pussy, and does that word have any power left? Is it no big deal now, or do we still put our fingers in our ears like, la la la, don't want to hear it, well la la la, don't want to live it, don't want to write it, don't want to read it, but a solid half of my college students turn in essays about sexual assault, and I want these young women to know they're not alone. The bar that night was packed, body to body, but this was no accidental brush up, no quick cup of feel. He reached between my legs, grabbed me by the fistful, pulled me into him, and grinned into my face. "Let go," I said, trying to jerk back, but he was too, I don't want to say strong. Using your power, be it financial, societal, physical, to intimidate or manipulate or take something not given, that is not strength. This guy was bigger than me. He was not stronger. "Let go," I said again, but he yanked me closer, pressing his crotch into my stomach so I knew his cock was hard, and said, "You have to say please." I want to tell you that I spat in his face, or better yet, staked him through the heart, because Willow turned us all into slayers in 2003. But I was so scared. I hate admitting that. I hate it knowing how fast and how often these moments turn violent. I hate how afterwards I asked the bartender to walk me to my car. I hate how I still don't listen to that band. I hate the memories that show up uninvited every time I go to a bar or park my car on a side street or walk into the stairway at the college where I used to work or the alley where I walk my dog or any of 100 places. There are 100 stories. Here's why I'm telling this one. You have to say, please. I said it. It was humiliating. A memory that I carry not in my head, but my bones. I think of it whenever people talk about the right way to stand up for yourself, the right way to protest. Ask nicely to make decisions about your body. Be patient as we discuss where you may go to the bathroom. Be calm as a cop sticks a gun in your face. Smile as your schools are closed. I don't want to smile. I don't want to say please. And how many generations have said this before me? How many have been carrying this? I don't want to carry it. I want to be light. I want levity. But I think now I still need to be loud.
Jenny Choi started her formal career as a public high school's English lit teacher, but was already moonlighting as a musician, leading to going on national tours with Mike Park of Asian Man Records, home to a ton of venerable Chicago punk bands. After that, she joined the nonprofit sector, eventually landing a job at WBEZ. Her current job is giving grants to a struggling local media scene, where she sees a lot of parallel business challenges post-digital media revolution, as she did in the music industry. Drinking copious amounts of whiskey is a tool that she has employed throughout both her music and media experiences. Hopefully she hasn't had too much to tell us what she wants. Jenny?
Douchebag in the nutsack.
Yeah.
So I want us to get better at listening to our neighbors and building empathy for our neighbors. I heard this CBC Toronto interview of a Chinese immigrant mother whose 9-year-old daughter went missing.
Well, firstly, they have not given up hope at all, and they believe Cecilia is alive, and they refuse to give up hope. And near the end of our conversation, Sherry wanted to speak to Cecilia directly. And here's what a mother had to say to her missing daughter.
Cecilia, 爸爸妈妈都非常的爱你，你一定要坚强，一定要想着爸爸妈妈。Cecilia， 想让妈妈交给你的，你深呼吸，闭上眼睛，想着爸爸妈妈，你就会感觉到爸爸妈妈就在你身边。爸爸妈妈都在抱着你，爸爸妈妈都在亲你。
It haunts me to this day. Then I heard this BEZ interview of a Chicago high school principal whose students experience gun violence and trauma every day.
Sandra says for her, the most painful thing about all this is how it affects her students. She says recently some Harper alumni came back to visit.
I had a student in there, his name is Deontay Tam, and he said, "Do you know what me and my friends talked about at the end of the school day, the last day of school?" And he said, "Which one of us won't make it back in August?" What kind of conversation is that for children to have?
My world couldn't be more different than that of either of these women, but this last woman lives only 30 minutes away. We've got a lot of complex problems to solve, but what would happen if we sought out these stories and felt something strong for our neighbors and connected outside of our comfort zones? I think that would make for a powerful start.
What is going on here? All right, there we go. Bill Savage teaches Chicago literature, history, and culture at Northwestern University and the Newberry Library. He writes for a variety of publications, from the Tribune to ESPN.com, and has performed at live lit shows from the Front Room to Paper Machete. Bill, what is it you want?
I want people who ride the L to stop locking the doors. After what we just heard, this seems petty, I know, but I mean it. I have no problem with panhandlers, some of whom I've seen work the CTA for decades. I have no problem with the homeless who seek warmth on the L in the winter. But door blockers, rich, poor, white, black, brown, men or women, old or young, all of them fill me with rage. You've seen them. The train pulls in, the door opens, pushing past people trying to disembark these jagoffs, then turn sideways and lean against the partition, forcing you to make your way around them. Then, stop after stop, they obstruct everyone trying to get on or off the train. Often there will be two of them, transforming the wide doorway into a narrow passageway between two entitled bodies. Yet they hate it when they get jostled or elbowed or cursed. Tough shit. Doorways are transitional spaces meant to be passed through, not occupied, unless the train is totally packed. These fuckheads do have a strategy. They think that by standing in the doorway, they will get to their destination faster, since they will be able to get off the train first. Not only are they rude, they are wrong. Do the math. If a door blocker goes 16 stops, say from Lake Street to Loyola on the Red Line, and their obstructionist ass is in the doorway, adds 15 seconds per stop, a conservative estimate, then the train gets to Loyola 4 minutes later. Nice work slowing all of us down, asshole. The real reason I want door blockers to stop, though, is not about time. It's about urban space and civility. Cities are, by definition, crowded places. Places where every individual person has to get along with countless other individual people. And when individuals put their ill-thought-out idea of their own convenience ahead of the greater good, then the fabric of our city begins to fray. I want the city to cohere. For that to happen, we all have to get along. We all have to acknowledge that we're all in this together. In this city, in this L car. So, please, quit blocking the fucking doors.
Man, I'm sorry, Bill. I'll do better. Kimberly Dixon Mays has developed consumer insights and creative strategies at advertising, design, and communications firms. She has also developed audience insights and strategies for arts organizations, and led programs and operations as executive director of the Guild Literary Complex from 2010 to 2012. Kimberly is also a performer and published poet, a Ragdale and Cave Canem fellow. I should have checked beforehand. Her publications include Consequence and Rhino magazines and the anthology Trigger Warning. And she is also working on her second collection, More Than a Notion, Reflections on a Marriage. Since 2004, she was a founding member and frequent writer/performer with the Guild's Poetry Performance Incubator Project. Kimberly, come up and tell us what you want.
Thank you, Andrew. Very happy to be here. So with that schizophrenic or multiple personality bio, all of those things, the identity studies, the creative writing, and the branding all affected my answer to the question.
Very fast for you.
I want an air of mystery. I wish people couldn't presume to know what I want just by looking at me. What I want is my whole humanity, so that they couldn't guess my want any more than they could guess Bill's or Claire's or Andrew's. What I want runs up walls. What I want is bright red, blood still in the body red. What I want is cool blue, glowing in caves at the bottom of oceans. What I want is the underside of flower petals, the skin of a newborn's fontanelle. What I want zigs and zags. I want better PR. I want the news to cure its addiction to pain porn, so every brown face, every female face, every brown female face, every freaking face isn't a tragic story of dysfunction or victimization. I want my BJN, Big Joy News, full of all the daddies who make it home every day, all the kids who are learning and growing and having childhoods, all the women who are seeing the world and the world is seeing them. I want to not want. Contentment is a radical act. Both pain porn and gobbling capitalism would have me want endlessly. Wealth, respect, safety, opportunity, love. But I dare to not want, even being who I am. Not because those other wants aren't valid, but because they are caged. Some might say, I ain't woke, that I have not been paying attention. But want feels undernourished. I expect peace, and I expect joy. I expect them to walk up, sit down, share a drink, and then give me their cell, Twitter, Snap, and Insta. And I expect them to keep up as I keep changing. To run up walls, to pulse bright red and glow cool blue, to rest soft like flower petals in a newborn's head, to zig and zag, zig and zag.
Claire Zelke is an author, essayist, and journalist who lives in Evanston. She produces Chicago's favorite literary humor series, Funny Haha, which returns to the Hideout on December 16th. And I'm on the list, right? I'm in it. I gotta write something. God, all right. You can find her on her online home, Zulke.com. Claire, what do you want?
I don't know what I want. I wrote 2 pieces, and right now I can't decide what I want. So real fast. What do you want to hear? Something stupid or something earnest? Let me hear you. There's stupid. This phone's going in my pocket. I'm married to Steve, the guy who did the pizza worm piece. Here are the 10 things that we ordered off Amazon in October. This is what we wanted. A children's book called Little Rabbit and the Meanest Mother on Earth. It's by Kate Kleiss. Her brother is a guy named Jim Kleiss, who's a children's author and librarian here in Chicago. He's wonderful. Carter's Little Alien Halloween costume for our second son, because our first son's dressing like an astronaut, and if your 2 kids' costumes don't relate, what the fuck are you doing? Number 3, Nest Cam, outdoor security camera, because our neighbor's bike got stolen out of their garage, so now our garage is videotaped. Don't worry about it. Just, if you come and steal something from our garage, we will see you. So, Atlas Obscura, an explorer's guide to the world's hidden wonders. Steve ordered that. I don't know what it is, so talk to him. Whistle Stop, my favorite stories from presidential campaign history by John Dickerson. Steve is obsessed with the election. My other piece, the earnest piece that you turned down was about the election, so that's okay. Guess how I feel about it. I'm sure you can probably figure it out. Number 6, Rise of the Tomb Raider, 20-year celebration for PlayStation 4. That was a Steve buy. Don't want to brag, but a box of 104 Pampers diapers size 6, because our second son can fill a diaper with the shit like it's his job. Number 8, some Halloween lights. Orange, purple, green. Our house is on point. Don't worry about it. October 31st. Number 9, Mafia 3, PlayStation 4. That's another Steve purchase. He's living his best life. And number 10 is a hair product that Steve bought, and you should just ask him about it. That's personal. Thanks a lot.
Oh man, you are living your best life, Steve. It's funny, we were at a wedding this past weekend, and down in St. Louis, and we decided that live your best life was a really polite way to say, go fuck yourself. and it still works. It still works. James Allen Spot was one of the founding staffers on Gapers Block back in 2003, and his audio collage work has been heard on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, NPR's On the Media, and, most importantly, The Dr. Demento Show. That's right. Jim offers up this video as his answer to the question you all know by heart by now.
What do you want to do with your life?
Just what is it that you want to do?
I want to take you to a gay bar.
We want to be free to do what we want to do.
I want to break free.
We want to be free to ride on machines without being hassled by the man.
I want to break free.
And we want to have a good time. That's what we're going to do. We're going to have a good time.
That was number 20. But guess what?
What?
You guys have been such a great audience, we got one more for you. That's right, 21 by 2. It's a new format. See, one of the things that we do here, we invite a lot of very busy people, and sometimes they have to cancel on us, sometimes at the last minute, so we always have a backup. Always have a backup. And tonight our backup is Jasmine Davila, and we don't want to send her home without getting up on the stage, right? All right. So here we go. Jasmine Davila has read in venues small and medium sized for Tuesday Funk, 20 by 2, That's All She Wrote, and Misspoken. She is the thoroughly charming co-host of Vital Social Issues and Stuff, a podcast about pop culture from a lady's point of view. You can find her in many places on the internet, but it might be best to just start by following her on Twitter, where she is at Jasmine D. Jasmine, you've got 2 minutes. Help us close this out. What do you want?
Really quickly, what I want are a couple of volunteers. Come on.
Come on up.
All right, come on up. Here, come.
Get set up.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Holy crap.
Hello.
All right, how about a line on that side? feel alone on that side. No, you can come up. We can do one more.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So who was here first? You were here first?
He was here first.
Okay, great. So, all right. So, you don't have to, but you can sit on my lap. You want to?
I'm just waiting to see what everyone wants.
Okay. Well, oh goodness, I didn't even notice that there.
There you go.
So, I'm Jasmine Claus. And I'd like you to tell me, first of all, what's your name?
I'm Russ.
Russ? Hi, everybody, this is Russ. Russ, what grade are you in at school, or how old are you?
I am in 9th grade.
In 9th grade.
Ninth grade.
Okay, so you're in 9th grade. Have you been a good boy this year?
Yes.
Okay, good. Santa believes you, or Jasmine Claus believes you. So, what would you like for Christmas this year?
Oh, I want everyone to be happy.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Well, no, but what do you really want?
I want a new video game system.
Very nice. Very nice. Jasmine Claus will do the best she can. Yeah, that's totally happening. So, alright, so thank you for coming to see me. What is your name?
Alex.
Alex, what grade are you in?
They kept me a couple of years.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
The third.
Have you been a good boy this year?
No, absolutely.
I'm gonna ask you anyway. And you probably don't deserve because you've been bad. What do you want for Christmas this year?
I mean, aside from the annual feast, right? I mean, different.
It's a little, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, just generally. Yeah, what would you like to see under your tree or bush or hedge?
A bush.
A bush.
Start with a 6-pack of the best Belgian beer.
Delicious. Awesome. Anything else?
No, that's good.
Okay, great. Everybody, round of applause. You're gonna get. Oh, wait. Oh, there's chocolates. Merry Christmas. All right. Anybody else? Last one. You see if you want to sit my lap? You don't have to.
No, I want it.
Okay. So, sure. Name? Doobie. How old are you, or what grade are you in?
I read at 8th grade.
Very nice, very nice. Have you been a good boy this year?
Yes, above average.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. So what would you like for Christmas this year?
A bicycle with the wheels.
Thick wheels. What if you could only get like a bicycle with very thin wheels or no wheels at all?
I'll have something to wait for the next one.
All right, well, you'll give Jasmine Claus something to shoot for. Okay, thank you. So thank you so much. And hold on. Oh look, another book. No, we should also have. Right, here you go. Any other applicants? Anybody else? No.
Andrew.
You want to sound? Yeah. All right, so you're Andrew.
Yes.
How old are you? What grade are you in?
4th grade?
4th grade.
Or the 2nd grade? I don't know.
So, what's your favorite subject in school?
Definitely art.
Definitely art. Very good. Have you been a good boy this year?
I think so.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
I beat up my brother. Yeah.
What would you like for Christmas this year?
Oh man, my 2 front teeth.
A classic. I will do the best I can. I'll consult with the tooth fairy, see what we can do. Merry Christmas. And hold on.
Yay!
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Okay, and that really is our show for October 22nd, 20 by 2 is all over. I want to give a big round of applause to all of our readers. Felix Jung, Deidre Cheney, Maribel Lopez, Chuck Sudo, Jen Rourke, Nick Brown, Tanner Woodford, Melissa Pierce, Inez Molina, Steve Delahoy, Moshe Tomsak, Jenny Lamb, Will English, Janet Ginsman, Megan Steelstra, Jenny Choi, Phil Savage, Claire Zolke, and James Allisbach, and of course, Jasmine Davila. We will see you on 20x2.org/Chicago, and we'll see you somewhere on a stage, possibly here, possibly somewhere else in April. Thanks. Oh, and go Cubs.